Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? We are here to discuss a tragedy that has occurred down in Charleston, South Carolina on yesterday. This is not going to be a hoopla video. I know I get on here sometimes and I kiki and we laugh and we joke and all those different things, but this right here is going to be a very, very serious video. So I want you guys to just, we'll come back tomorrow and try to get some kikis in and all that good stuff. But today, this is going to be a very, very serious video. I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to talk to you guys, and I want you guys to interact back with me. It's just, I didn't want to come on here and talk about this because some things are just so draining, but I felt like I needed to talk about it because, like I told you guys, sometimes when I get stuff in my spirit, I feel like I just need to let it out. If it just means me coming here talking to you guys, okay? But what we're going to talk about today is the terroristic hate crime. I'm going to call it what the media is not calling it. This terroristic hate crime that occurred down in South Carolina at Emmanuel AME Church in Charleston, South Carolina. And I was educated today on Emmanuel AME Church. I didn't know that it was a historical church, and history and all this stuff back in the 1800s. It's a whole lot. If you guys go and research the church, if you want to know more about it, as far as your black history and all that stuff is concerned, go ahead and research that. I'm not going to get into that in this particular video because we have a whole lot of other things to cover. I'm not going to promise how short or how long this video is going to be. I'm just going to let you know that it's going to be however short or long that it needs to be, okay? First and foremost, I want to give my condolences to the families of all of the victims in this situation. I do want to call their names because they have released, the coroner has released their names as of about 3 o'clock this afternoon. And I'm going to go ahead and read off the names of the people who were victims of this terroristic hate crime down in Charleston, South Carolina. The first person that was identified was Reverend Clementa Pinckney, and he is actually a senator. If you guys don't know who he is, he was elected. He was 23 years old, and he was elected to the Senate in 2000. So he is one of the people who lost their lives today in Emmanuel AME Church down in Charleston. The next person is his sister. They have not released her name or her photo, but his Clementa Pinckney's sister, was also one of the people who were killed in the church down in Charleston, South Carolina. The next person is Cynthia Hurd. She is one of the 9 victims. She was a librarian dedicated to educating and serving others. The next person is Susie Jackson. She was 87 years old, and she was a longtime member of Emmanuel AME Church. The next person is Tywanza Sanders. He was 26 years old, and he was a 2014 graduate of Allen University with a degree in business administration. And the heartbreaking thing about this whole situation with Tywanza and all of them, Tywanza died jumping in front of one of his family members. He was trying to protect one of his family members, and the family member that he was trying to protect ended up dying as well. So Tywanza was a hero. He was trying to protect one of his family members by jumping in front of the gun, and he was killed, and his family member was also killed. Ironically, he was an up-and-coming rapper, and he actually had a song out that was titled "What's Wrong with Being Black." The person that he was trying to save from being shot was his family member. Her name was Sharonda Coleman Singleton. She was a high school track and field coach, and she was a mother of 3, and she was also a reverend. The next person is Daniel L. Simmons. He was 74 years old. He was retired. He's a retired pastor from another church in Charleston. And he attended Emmanuel every Sunday and Wednesday for Bible study. Ethel Lee Lance She was a person who worked for the church for more than 30 years. You have Myra Thompson. She was 59 years old. She was the wife of Reverend Anthony Thompson. And the last person that was killed is Reverend Daphne Middleton. And Daphne Sand is the church's choir and spoke on the pulpit with Reverend Pickney. She leaves behind 4 beautiful daughters. Family, when I saw this, I didn't see it until this morning. I wasn't really on Facebook last night, so I didn't see it last night. But I saw it flooded. My timeline flooded with this situation this morning, and of course I immediately turned on the news, and I saw breaking news about this massacre that was going on in Charleston, South Carolina. And the crazy thing about it was, you guys, it took them a while to find this psychopath thug. They actually caught up with him down in North Carolina from a tip that they received from one of the neighbors in the neighborhood where he was apprehended. What I want to say is this thug was apprehended without incident. They said he was armed and dangerous, sitting in a car, and that the police approached the car and took him without incident. Now, what is so ironic is that you have 13 and 14-year-old children that are out here being put into chokeholds. Yet and still you have a sadistic, terroristic killer that can literally be taken without harm, unharmed, to probably a quote-unquote mental institution or something. Of course, I'm reading. That's why one of the reasons why, family, I try not to read, these news stories and things that they put on Facebook. I try not to read the comments because people are so nasty and hateful when it comes to racial issues. People don't like to accept the fact that hatred, racism is still alive and well in 2015. Now, let me tell you a little bit about this idiot. I don't even want to call his freaking name, but his name is, I don't want to call him the wrong thing. Let me call him what his name is, even though he's a disgusting thug, punk. His name is Dylan Roof. He is 21 years old, and he hates black people. And he carefully chose his targets with an intention to create fear. There were several people in this church that were unharmed. He left one of the people in the church alive. And let me explain to you why he left this person alive. He told her that he was leaving her alive to tell everyone what happened. He wanted her to spread his message and ideology. This is pure terrorism. I don't care what anybody has to say. It is terrorism of the highest degree. Okay. First and foremost, this dude, while he was in there with the victims, some of the people who were in the church who were left alive, he said that he hates black people and he wanted to kill some black people. Also, let me tell you something else about Dylan. Okay. Dylan also has a roommate. And the thing that pisses me off about Dylan's roommate is that he said that Dylan was planning this for 6 months. He was planning on killing some black people for 6 months. And he said that Dylan wanted to start another civil war. That came from Dylan's roommate. Now, what I want to say, if Dylan's roommate, if you just so happen, I know you're not going to see this video, but if anybody has any information on how to get in contact with Dylan's roommate or whatever, what I want to know is, to Dylan's roommate, you mean to tell me that you said he was planning something like this for 6 months and you kept your mouth closed? You didn't say anything? You didn't contact authorities or anything? If you knew that this boy was planning on killing people, innocent people, for the last 6 months and you kept your mouth closed, you, sir, are an accessory to murder. 9 people had to die in order for you to step out of your whatever kind of fucking bubble that you were in order to tell the police that this boy was planning on killing people for the last 6 months. You, sir, are just as much at fault as him, because you could have, I'm not going to say, well, let me take that back. Yes, you could have prevented this. If you knew that this was being planned for 6 months, you could have contacted the authorities and they could have got this sadistic killer off of the streets. It is sad. that you have people who have to walk around here being afraid to go into the house of the Lord, a place where they're supposed to feel safe and be afraid. And a lot of people were saying they should have been cautious when this white boy came into the church. My thing is this: I don't know about what type of church you go to, but let me say this: whatever type of church you go to, if you have people who are suspicious of people that come into your church, you may need to reevaluate that situation. Those people said that they didn't look at him any different than anyone else who comes into the house of the Lord, because you have a lot of people who are lost that comes into church to try to gain some type of support, love, anything. He could have been just a person who needed some type of help, and he wanted to come into the church and hear the good word. They weren't suspecting anything. Now, what a lot of people were saying was, and it is suspicious, when you have a person, I don't care if you black, white, or other, it is very suspicious when a person comes into the church and it's 100 degrees outside, and this boy has on a sweatshirt that is full of stains. I don't know what this stuff was. It looked like ink or something all over his arm. He had on a sweatshirt. He had on these thick boots. He had on jeans, and he had on what looked to me, they still haven't identified exactly what it is, but they're thinking it was either a fanny pack or it was some type of body armor. And also from the photos, they're saying that it looks like he had some type of concealed thing around his ankle or something like that. Probably had some type of pistol or something around his ankle. Now, the thing that really even pissed me off even more about these news outlets, the fact that when situations happen in other places or to other people by, let's just say, Muslims, okay, they automatically want to call it an act of terrorism. But in this situation right here, they're saying that they're even investigating it because they don't want to say it's a hate crime at this particular point in time. You mean to tell me, if you have eyewitnesses that were inside of this church that clearly said that this boy said that he was there to kill black people and that he wanted to start a civil war and that he hates he didn't say African, but he said he hates black people. And you're telling me that you have to investigate further in order to classify this as a hate crime and an act of terrorism. I do want to say that this is an act of terrorism and a hate crime. Media, you need to call it what it is. And let me tell you something that's even more disturbing, family. There is a person who worships Satan. It ain't no other explanation on it. Some sick ass person has created a page on Facebook that says Justice for Dylan Roof. Now, you would probably think to yourself, oh, okay, this is a page that's created for them to bring him to justice. The page clearly says Justice for Dylan Roof. And in the description of this page, it says, and I quote, I don't want to misquote it, so I'm going to read it to you. I'm that type of a person when it comes to stuff like this. I want to read you exactly what the shit says. And I'm sorry for cursing in this video. You guys know how I am, but I'm going to try to keep it low key on this. Okay, let me read you what this person wrote. Let's not try him in the court of public opinion. He is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Explain to me how this person, because Lord knows, hold my tongue, Father God, hold my tongue. Lord knows, the people in that church know that this is the boy, the thug, the hateful, satanic person that came into the church and took the lives of 9 people. And you want to sit there and create something so heinous. This is a spit in the face of the families of the people who were killed in this tragedy. And you so sick to the point where You literally had to create a page like this for what? I'm trying to figure out what was your reasoning behind this. And of course, people are sending them hateful messages. I don't know what the people are saying. They're saying that they're getting death threats. The person who created this page, and they're talking about, well, I've reported all of these death threats to the police and all this type of stuff. I want to go to this person's page. This page that this satanic person created, and read you some of the stuff that this person is saying, okay? This person says, all I ask for is due process for the accused. Wow, hate mongers are everywhere. Someone created, after this person created Justice for Dylan Roof, this page, this hateful satanic page on Facebook, somebody else created a page that says death penalty for Dylan Roof, church shooter. So this person who created the justice page saying this person is a hateful person for wanting the death penalty for this thug, racist thug who took the lives of 9 innocent people. So you mean to tell me that this person is hateful because they want this person to be put to death? This idiot should have been shot and killed on fucking sight. When you got, I understand that I understand that you have to go through the processes. But when you have someone who is so hateful, so satanic as this, don't waste my tax dollars. Because of course, if this idiot do get the death penalty, he gonna be in there till he's 90 years old before they decide to execute his ass. So you mean to tell me my tax dollars gotta feed this motherfucker day in and day out? You should have killed his ass on motherfucking sight. D.O. fucking A. Let me read you some more of what's going on this page, okay? Like I said, this person also said, all the threats I am receiving are being reported to the police. There is nothing illegal about this page asking for justice. The next thing this person said is, why does everyone assume this page supports the actions of the accused and is not simply asking for the justice to be done? Why do you presume that my idea of justice is not trial and conviction? Are you that eager to hate and retaliation of the actions of people who you disagree with? Now, this is the last post that this person put up, okay? Well, actually, 2 more posts. And I understand this video may be kind of long, but I don't care. I want to, if I got to redo what I need to do. I need to vent, okay? Like I said, I wasn't even going to get on here and talk about this, but I feel like I need to. Okay? Just let me do what I do, okay? Please. The next thing that this person said is, thanks for proving my point. We are fucked as a society. Now, mind you, this is the satanic motherfucker who created this page. We are fucked as a society. A page is made asking that someone who it appears has committed a heinous crime be brought to justice. So many of you assume that this either means that this does not mean justice for the victims, or worse, that it means I support the accused. You're all so eager to hate that you immediately turn into keyboard warriors bent on revenge. This great experiment of democracy and the rule of law has failed. You all want mob rule as long as it's your mob that is ruling. Our nation is fucked beyond help. See you all in the FEMA camps. Wow. And this person clearly wants some attention because they keep posting disrespectful things. And there are thousands of comments on this page. Thousands of people who, I mean, this is so disgusting, especially to the family members of these people who were gunned down by this satanic thug in this church. Like I said, it is sad when you can't even go to the house of the Lord. Like I said, a place where you're supposed to feel safe, without some hateful person coming in there and taking your life. And the even more sick thing about this is that he sat in there when he went into the church, and no one thought anything suspicious about this man, because it is the house of the Lord. Everybody is welcome in the house of the Lord. Black, white, or other. It doesn't matter. Everyone is accepted. This boy sat in there for an hour praying with these people. Praying with them before he decided to stand up and open fire in this church on innocent people who hadn't done anything to anyone. Let me ask this question. This is a very, very serious question. This is to anybody who may watch this video, who may be a angry, hateful person, who may just hate or are repulsed by someone who has a darker skin tone. Let me ask you this question. What is it about my skin that causes you to hate me so much? You and I are the same people. We are one people. The only difference between me and a Caucasian person, or me and an Asian person, or me and a Hispanic person, is the color of our skin and our hair texture. We all breathe the same. We all bleed the same. And we all gonna die the same. We all gonna get put in the ground just like the next person. So explain to me, what is it about my black skin that makes you hate me so much? To the point where you want to kill me. And please don't say all black people deserve to die because they bad people. You can't honestly sit here and look a person in their face and say that just because they have darker skin, that they're evil or that they're hateful. It's sad that people hate you just because you have a little melanin in your skin. This breaks my heart. It breaks my heart to know that I can't even go to church without someone deciding that they want to come in and end my life because I'm black. Because I'm black.